Raglove by M.J. Hyland. Read by Mike Sengelow. We stood in the shade of the Orient Line ticket booth at Circular Quay and watched the passengers leave the Oriana. It wasn't yet 8 o'clock and already the sun was burning hot and bright. Trudy wore a tight red dress that morning. It wasn't an evening gown, but it was long and low cut, and it showed the good and the bad of her, the roundness of her hips, the plumpness of her rear, and the growing band of her belly. I wore my best clothes, a pale blue linen suit and a lemon shirt to go with the jacket. I suppose we looked just the part for our plan. Although we were skint, Trudy was certain things would soon change, that one day we'd take a luxury liner from Sydney to Southampton, the ship lit up like a private city, 1,000 happy people, including us, asleep in their beds. "It's so hot," she said, and she took a handkerchief from her handbag and wiped her neck. "It'll be air-conditioned on the ship," I said. She smiled and she was happy. "Maybe they'll give us something to drink?" "Yeah," I said, "they'll probably give us some cold lemonade." "Made with real lemons," she said. When the last passenger had left the ship and the deckhand came with the chain to close the gangway, Trudy asked the woman at the ticket booth if she could speak to the captain. "We have an appointment for a private tour," she said. "May I have your name?" "Mr. and Mrs. James Brayley." The woman found our booking, asked to see some identification and told us to wait. She also told us that the captain was busy and wouldn't be able to meet us in person. "A purser will come," she said, without looking at our faces. Our plan was going to need a fair whack of luck. We needed to convince the purser that we were going to book a penthouse cabin on the Oriana's next voyage, and that we were the right class of people. Once we found out where the penthouses were, we'd give our bribe to the purser so we could be left alone for a while, and when the door was locked and we had it all to ourselves, it'd be just like we were rich passengers, and we'd make love on our luxurious bed, just the way she'd always talked about. The night before, when we'd sat up late, Trudy told me she'd love me for all eternity, and she'd said, "I want to go on a big ship with you more than anything in the world." And I told her I wanted exactly what she wanted, but the money we'd saved to pay the purser could have paid our rent and most of our bills. And I suppose I knew it was all a stupid pipe dream, and yet I went along for her. I wanted to go on the private tour of the liner and pretend to be rich, because I wanted to do it all with her. I didn't tell her that I was certain she'd want the money and the ocean cruise no matter what bloke she was with. I wanted it because she wanted it, so we could have it together. But I felt sick with the certainty that she just wanted it, and would want it even if her husband was a different husband. We didn't have to wait long for a purser to fetch us. "I'm sorry for the delay," he said. Even though he had acne, some of it swollen and red near his mouth, his English accent made him seem handsome and better than me. "It's been no nuisance at all," said Trudy, in a posh voice, an accent more like the purser's. We walked up the gangway, and Trudy held my hand as we passed the sign that said, "Notice to passengers. The ship stops at Sydney Harbour for 4 hours. Arrangements should be made to return to the ship by noon." The purser stopped walking and turned round. "Was there anything special you wanted to see?" Trudy told him she'd especially wanted to see the swimming pool and the grand ballroom. "Then we'll start with the swimming pool," he said. Trudy smiled and let go of my hand, but gently. She passed my hand back to me so it wasn't left to fall or drop, as though my hand was something being safely returned. She was happy, and for a moment I was happy too.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?